So one trap that a lot of people fall into is feeling isolated, feeling that nobody noticed, that nobody cared, or whatever, just because they didn't say or do anything about something while you were looking, or directly to you. But I'm here to tell you that that's not true. Just because your friend did not text you doesn't mean that they are ghosting you and don't want to hang out with you. Just because somebody didn't mention something or say anything to you about something doesn't mean that it didn't bother them, or doesn't mean they're not worried about it. And it definitely does not mean they don't care about it. A lot of people, especially people with like depression and stuff, are like, oh, people don't care because they didn't say anything, because they didn't do anything. Sometimes people don't want to directly confront you about something. Like, there have been many situations where I have full known that something was happening, something that shouldn't be happening, or something that I'm like really concerned about. Like, sometimes I've seen people being like, I'm concerned for this person's well-being. Like, something's going on. Are they okay? Oh, sorry. And I wanted to address it, but I'm like, how do I address this properly? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I do the wrong thing? Should I even mess with this situation? And ended up like not saying or doing anything, or ended up going and doing something indirectly, such as talking to a trusted adult about something, talking to another person about something, or like just like thinking about something a lot, writing about it, you know. So the thing is, you kind of gotta reach out about to people sometimes. Like, if you are going through a mental health problem, you need to go talk to someone directly, because there's a chance that people around you could be noticing that something's up, but they don't know how to approach you about it, or even if they should approach you about it, for a number of reasons. So they might be staying to themselves, even though they're completely concerned about you. And you don't know where these people are. Like, the person who sits right next to you could be like worried about you. Like, there have been people who weren't even my friends. Like, I just saw them. Like, they're not even my friends, even though they go to the same school as me, in the same class as me. And I just was looking at them. I just knew something was wrong. Like, one time I saw this girl, and she was like, not someone I was really friends with, but like basically everybody in the band knew that she cut herself. So all the scars were healed. I like wasn't worried too much about it. I was like, okay, she must be healing, until I come back in and I see that like she got new scars. I'm like, oh, she started again. I'm like, I'd really like to like ask her if she's okay. I'd really like to be a support to her, but I didn't really like know how to do it, because like I'm not really her friend or anything. I'm just her classmate who's worried about her. So instead, I submitted an anonymous report, like, you know, get a counselor to talk to this girl, see if she's all right, you know? And she could have been thinking, oh, I wonder if anybody noticed. I wonder if anybody cares. Like, I'm pretty sure the people noticed. Like, she has a pretty close friend, and I'm pretty sure that someone during that day, somebody probably noticed it and said something, but that person wasn't me. So, like, just because people don't say something also doesn't mean that something you're doing is okay. Like, just because you pushed the person around and they didn't react doesn't mean that something's okay. Like, there's been times that people have been like saying stuff about me, and I know they're saying stuff about me, and I'm like, you know, they can say what they want. I'm picking my battles. I'm not going to mess with this. Like, of course, I'm a very opinionated person, and I like to fight for what's right. But, you know, sometimes I'm just like, I need to pick my battles. Like, I'm not going to mess with this because it is not worth my time. And I didn't. So my point is that if you're going through something, reach out to someone. You don't know who out there is caring about you silently, is worried about you silently, and is very willing to help you. And if one person doesn't seem to care, move on to the next person. Like, a person could not seem to care, but they actually do. Well, there's been situations where I've cared, but people just put me on the spot. So I was like, what do I say to this? So I just say some monotone, like, nonchalant response, putting off the point that I don't care, but I really do. I was just put on the spot. So you want to go somewhere with your friends, you want to talk to your friends, talk to them. Maybe they're out there, like, not knowing what to talk to you about. You need help? Talk to someone. Maybe those people out there wanting to help you, but not knowing how to approach it. Like, start asking more for what you want. Start reaching out more. Start being comfortable with making the first move, because making the first move is sometimes how things get started. Like, people are not always going to make the first move for you. For sometimes you're just going to have to go ahead and reach out. So go out there, reach out, go out there, talk, go out there, tell people how you feel. Bye.